Okay, so a recap of last week. I don't remember where we started, but we were in the room. We looked around different rooms. We looked around some more. We went and jumped down a place. We tried to go upstairs. Upstairs led to a different room, and the rooms seemed to move. And we were basically lost, going around in circles, and nothing really else happened.
There were some key things.
Took the
Well, we
sword,
did
didn't
find. No, we found where the circle went. We found where was it where a stick goes in someplace. Um,
Some other of like, yes, you explored the rooms, but an important thing is Katya no longer has the sword that the party believes is cursed.
oh, okay, yeah. Well, that's what. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what we did at the beginning. We decided that Katya's sword was cursed. She would not give it up and started walking away. And we basically tackled her,
Mm-hmm.
paralyzed her, took the sword, locked her out of the room, let Meepo attune to the sword because he can't actually use it, and then let her back in. And that after that's when we started doing circles around the rooms.
Yep.
And I couldn't tell you even what room that we were left in at the end.
So, uh, the room that you all were left in was like this room towards the bottom here. It's got six holes spaced in a circular fashion around each other. Meepo dropped a ball in the center, a ball bearing down one of the pipes, and you could hear it rolling around from a different pipe directly across from it. So you guys are in this room. This is the room with the missing item. This was the button room. You pushed it once. This was a treasure room that you guys didn't want to partake in. A thunder trap, a lightning trap, and some hanging bottles that you guys did not want to go in the room.
Oh,
So now you guys, the whole party, Katya, Sobek, Levi, Meepo, and Maze are all in. To tune Maze into the situation, this room is just like every other room that you guys have seen, except there are the six holes that are in a circular fashion in the center of the room.
Do they correlate with anything that we've noticed in the past?
History.
Yeah.
six holes.
Oh, wait. Slash R 1d20 plus. Oh, forgot to put it in the typing area.
Say something.
Thank you.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can't hear the Dogan talk.
I can hear Eric.
I can only hear David. Nobody else.
My God, what have we done?
I don't know.
We were too
Hello.
busy
Oh,
asking.
there you are.
There's Logan.
All right. With a 22, nope. You know, you've recalled that on every level there's been some form of trap room and treasure room and creature room as well as a puzzle room.
Oh, I figured this was the puzzle room. Do we have all the pieces for this now, by the way?
Nope, you're missing one piece.
Oh, well,
Yo.
I feel like it's in probably this room, but I was going to say the treasure room for humor.
I won't
All
fuck
right.
with the treasure room.
Is there anything on the walls or anything else in this room?
Besides the 4 doors open to the 4 cardinal directions, it's pretty plain, much like the rest of it.
Okay. And you said Meepo had dropped a ball bearing down one,
Yep.
and it came out the other one, like across from it?
It did not come out, but you heard it. So it's like he dropped it in this one that I'm marking with the yellow, and then you heard it from that one.
Did it make a noise? Like a
Yeah,
pitch?
like it made a noise like a marble rolling down a board.
We're going to have to tap on the... Are these tubes or are they holes?
Make an investigation.
The bearing rolled down it.
Yep. You would assume that the holes in the floor are connected to each other with tubes.
Okay. Meepo, do you have another ball bearing?
I have 1,000 of them.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm going to need a couple.
Yes.
I will go ahead and put one in this one and this one. But I'm going to have us try to put them in at the same time.
You guys hear it rolling through the hole, and it sounds like there's 2 of them rolling in the same direction towards each other.
Do they click like Link?
Make a perception check.
Yeah. Perception is there.
Look with your special eyes.
Oh, I do not have specialized. But somebody in the party does. I think I actually know that.
Who does?
18.
See, 18.
7, whatever.
Okay, at an 18, it doesn't sound like they tinked against each other. You hear them thunk, not like metal on metal, but more of a metal on stone, like they struck something, both relatively at the same time.
Is there anything in the middle at all, like something concealed where all these merge together?
Looking at the floor, let's see, what was your last investigation roll? 14?
14.
No, you can't see anything hidden in the middle.
Okay. All right, guys. How far apart are the holes? Like from
This
here
whole,
to here?
yeah, it's not to scale right now, but it's roughly a 5-foot circle with holes.
So one person would be able to drop a marble in each hole.
Yes.
Okay, let's try doing that. I don't know if anything's actually going to happen, but we'll give it a shot.
Okay. As you guys drop another round of ball bearings into the holes, you hear them drop, roll, and clink.
And nothing happens?
No, it was the similar sound to what you guys heard before.
Pour all the ball bearings.
Meepo, do you pour all the ball bearings?
I do.
Oh, please don't. Do we have somebody has a stick-like object? do we have a stick-like object that fits down inside one of these holes to see if it is curved or if it is slanting?
It is big enough for you to fit your arm, and so if, like, let's say Katya pulls out her javelin,
Okay. So
and
it's like 3 or 4 inches across.
yes,
All right. And there's no other markings or anything else in the room?
nope.
Thunder trap or lightning trap. That was the button room. Remind me again what. Oh, sorry. What was in this room?
That was the receptacle room.
The thing that's missing an item.
On the upper levels, you have placed things that you've pulled out of the puzzle rooms into the receptacles, and when you have matched those, they have illuminated it within this room. I'm hearing myself on a delay.
Don't mind me.
Wait, hold on. Okay. I thought this was the room that, like, everything, like the receptacles you were talking about.
So there's been 3 levels to this dungeon, and you guys have found like a coin, and
Yeah.
you guys have found a rod, and you guys have found a
The little circle thingy
and a star. That's what you found.
and the star. So
Right.
we're missing whatever this is.
Right. You're missing the hoop. You're missing the hoop.
Oh,
Okay.
we're missing the hoop. Okay.
Yes.
So we have the star, we have the rod, we have the coin. And then what was the shape up here?
It's a hoop. Hoopa.
Oh, okay. I thought the center thing around the rod was the hoop.
Nope. Yeah.
Okay. And then what's in the room with the green box?
The green box is where you think you should put the hoop.
Okay.
Because based on the other levels that have received the star and the coin.
Okay. Sorry, I was trying to double check and make something on my memory. So on any of these tubes, did any of them make a different noise? Or like sound musical or like anything?
As you drop ball bearings into it, they all roll towards. They sound like they're rolling towards each other, like from one end of the yellow to the other end of the yellow and green. And when you roll one of them, you just hear it roll and then it stops. And then when you roll through both holes, you expect to hear a metallic clink, but it seems to strike something. That is not another ball bearing.
Where are all the ball bearings?
How far down does it sound like they're rolling?
Not very far. It's like everyone can hear it within the room without like straining.
I want to ask to see the javelin again and poke down the hole with the javelin to see how far down it goes. Or if it like curves or does weird things.
It does curve towards the center.
Okay. That's kind of what I was figuring, but I didn't know if it might be a slant or if it was curved. So.
It's more of a curve.
And how far down does the javelin go?
You take it about like a foot below the center.
I really don't want to reach my hand in there. Does anybody have mage hand?
Sobek
Nope.
says nope.
Nope. Not many casters.
Yeah.
Just dump all the ball bearings.
Katya grabs the ball bearings and dumps them all.
Oh, good God.
There's a loud not all of them get into the hole as they scatter across the floor.
Oh, God.
Watch
Can we
your
clean
step.
this up real quick?
Okay, well, what?
I was like, can we clean that up? Just push them towards the holes, whatever. It's too late now. But
Sobek and starts to like just absentmindedly like take his foot and just kind of scrape it in the direction of the hole.
so does that fill up one of the holes by chance? Probably not.
As you pour the whole bag of ball bearings down the hole, they do sound like they're starting to hit metal as it begins to kind of chunk up. It seems like they're stuck on something.
Stuck.
Yeah, I kind of wonder if we might be able to use something to push through and try to push whatever they're stuck on. Does anybody have anything that would do that? Be like a ramrod?
Katia has a javelin.
A stick. I have an immovable rod. I don't know what that's gonna do. You could try and force them, I guess. Try and force them down with the stick. Is that what you're trying to do, Dave?
Yeah.
Katia starts
If
to
you can clear the blockage on the bottom of this thing.
tamp on the ball bearings, but it is much like pounding sand.
I got a hammer and crowbar.
Can we take a piece of cloth or something and kind of wad it up and stuff it down in there? That way we can try to hit that so it's more, well, ramroddy.
Yeah.
Very brute force night, apparently.
Yep, you guys cover the ball bearings with a cloth so that way it acts as a wadding. And by tamping it down for a while, it appears to get lower, but then you encounter some resistance and it doesn't want to go much lower without like really forcing it. Are you going to really force it?
I'm tempted
Yes.
to, but I really don't want to.
More.
Does anybody have a long enough arm to reach down into this hole? And
Small hole.
bottom?
Not that big of a hole.
It's big enough to fit your arm, even Sobek's.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Oh, Mapo, I was going to ask you if you could use your tail that you're so proud of.
Nope.
Well, if it's big enough for Sobek's arm, can we shove Meepo down one of them?
Not all of Meepo, but Meepo would have the easiest time getting his arm into the hole and following the curve at the bottom.
Nope. Great way to lose an arm.
Chris has wild shape, right?
Who does?
Chris?
No.
No, he does not. Okay, I'm thinking of his.
Not that kind.
He's a cleric.
Cleric.
Yeah.
Not true. That's right. I have inspiring idea to see when he hops on if he would be willing to wild shape to go down the hole.
Well, if we wait long enough and like
Don't think
till
they have any
tomorrow
spell
and we're still in here, I can change somebody into a creature small enough that they can go down there. But that won't be till tomorrow.
And you all recall that all of your food rations have decayed in that time that you guys have been below the acid pool. So if you guys do wait until tomorrow and attempt to long rest, you will still take a 1 point of exhaustion on the modified exhaustion table.
Does our cleric by chance have create food and drink?
He does, but he's used all of his spell slots. So tonight would be a hungry night.
Yeah, so we would
Motherfucker.
not necessarily run into that same problem,
Does
but
our
we would
paladin?
at some point.
Katia says, I am also out of spell slots.
God damn it.
Well,
I'm not, but we're not going to do very good on just drinking water.
yeah.
You can go a long time without food.
Do we need
As long
to
as we
go
have
back?
water,
we
we'll
come back
probably
then?
we could probably be okay.
Sobek chimes in, I've never needed it.
Yeah.
If we do go back up to the surface,
Would we do what? It's a desert.
I was supposed to say, do we have any rations above ground either?
Nope, you guys haven't left any rations upstairs, and every piece of organic material that you have found in this whole city has crumbled to dust in your fingers.
Maybe we should just leave. If we can find our way upstairs, let's just get out of here.
We're just going home. You got enough right for your research?
You guys recall that you were sealed in after you fell down the first snake door chute.
Oh, so this is all a moot point, anyways.
Break out, maybe.
All right, so there's a lightning trap in one room.
That has been triggered.
Okay. Was there anything else in there?
Nope.
And then the thunder trap room, did we figure that one out before it?
Nope. You guys triggered both of these.
No, Katya was a really good
Diffuser.
Trap trigger.
And then we have the treasure room and the bottle room. We did not investigate either of those.
You did investigate the treasure room, but you were looking for hoops.
Okay.
When you guys did you did find a lot of gold coins, some that were minted with kings that you did not immediately recognize, except for Maze. Maze recognized most of them.
Oh, good job.
So how do we get out of here, Maze?
I'm trying to figure that out.
You're supposed to be the smart one.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you have any brilliant ideas, share with the party.
That's why you're
around.
here.
You always fuck around in the bottle room. Alright. No other options. I guess we'll go in the bottle room, Logan, with Katya going first, of course.
Katya steps into the bottle room. There, even though it is windowless, there seems to be a soft breeze. Okay.
Soft breeze.
Did anything go off when she went in there?
Nothing went off. It's just the bottles above your all's head seem to tinkle, like
Okay.
as in like they hit each other like little pieces of crystal, and they tink.
Where's
Then
the
after
breeze
she's
coming
gone
from?
in there, I'm gonna go in there and look around.
Where's the breeze coming from?
That's an excellent question.
Can we reach the
Should be able to
bottles?
Feel it.
They are up on the ceiling, so you would have to either climb or fly up there.
We can't knock them down?
You can try to.
Okay, I'll take the sword that I have, and
It is they're 30 feet up, so you won't
Okay,
you won't
then
be able
no.
to just like tiptoe.
okay, I'll do this. I'll have one that's kind of out by itself, because I
Mhm.
assume they're not all next to each other. And how are they dangled by like string or by?
It appears like it's hanging from a razor thin wire
Okay.
attached to the ceiling.
So what I'm going to attempt to do is Eldritch Blast the string
Uh-huh.
and try and catch the bottle.
Okay. Make an
They're
attack.
running poorly.
All right, you're directly underneath the bottle, right? When you try to catch it, or
Well,
you
I
gonna
gotta be
do it?
slightly to the side, yeah, but yes,
Okay. But enough that you're close enough to catch it. Got it.
yes.
Okay. Make an attack roll, please.
So no, 22.
22. Expertly, with all the time in the world, you strike just above where that bottle is hanging. And as it drops, I need you to make a dex save.
A dexterity save. Now, since we're in there with Kat, do I get her plus?
Sure.
That was a +4.
Yes.
Okay, so 13 plus 4 is a 17.
Okay. You are able to catch the bottle. It's heavier than you thought it would be, but you know, you had prepared yourself for this moment and you catch it. Inside of it is this foggy liquid.
Okay, I'm gonna show it to Maze and say, "Here, what do you think? What do you think of this?"
I shall investigate and see what I make of this.
Investigation.
24.
Uh Looking inside of it and into the small etchings along the outside, you see a small figure, ethereal in nature, floating around in it.
Oh,
Ethereal?
goddamn Faye.
Translucent, wispy looking humanoid without inherent shape, mostly gray and translucent.
Hmm. Can try to talk to it, I guess. Be like, hey there, little fella.
Speaking in common,
Yeah.
you get no reaction.
Hmm.
Okay,
I don't think
since
I know.
It doesn't appear to even notice that you're trying to talk to it.
I see him try to talk, or it, since I see them try and talk to it, I will use my detect thoughts medallion again.
Okay, so let's see. Let me check the range.
Ooh, I do speak primordial. I wasn't sure. I can't remember if I did or not.
Do. You detect no thoughts coming from the bottle.
I'll try to say something in primordial to it.
There is no reaction.
Well, shit. I imagine Elven and Draconic will have the same effects.
No matter what language you're using, it is the creature swimming inside this spectral gas is not noticing you.
Shake it.
I was thinking about tapping out the glass, actually.
Even as you tap on the glass,
It ignores me.
nothing, no reaction.
What do you do?
Hmm. Did we notice any tripwires or anything else in this room? Like that would make these bottles fall if it was set off?
Investigation. Nope, no tripwires.
Hmm. So a bunch of bottles on the ceiling. How many times, out of curiosity, how many times did y'all push the buttons?
Down here, they pushed it once, and that's what caused the poison bomb to go off.
Oh, where was the poison bomb?
This room,
Want the
The bottle
button?
room?
the button room.
Oh,
There was no checking of traps before they pushed the button.
oh no.
Cat got real good at doing that.
And where do the stairs up currently lead?
They lead upstairs.
Well, yeah, that was just.
The
Are they
stairs
lined back
go
up
up.
to the previous level?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, just open the bottle. What's the worst that could happen?
Something jumps out and we get fucked.
Probably, yes.
Well,
It's my
if,
perspective.
if you don't find a way to get us out by the next few days, we're gonna be
We're gonna be
screwed
fucked
anyways.
anyway. Yeah.
Just keep producing food and water every day.
All right. Let's
Create food and water. Easy.
6 tubes that radiate towards the center. They all make the same noise. There's nothing different about any of them.
Nope, they all of the time, every time that you try to drop a ball bearing into a hole, it seemed to roll towards the center, and it would clink on something in the center.
I think we're going to end up having to stick an arm down there or do something because there's no way for us to get a visual all the way into it to the end either, correct?
I'm not going to say one way or the other. It's like if you guys get creative enough.
Does anybody have a mirror?
No,
Check your bags.
I'm pretty sure I don't have a mirror.
Isn't included in a Tinder kit, is it?
Nope.
Have a writing kit, a research book. Does Katya?
Katya would have a religious kit, I think. There, let's look at her sheet. She sent it to us for a reason. Do. Okay. That's her features. She's got a mess kit, which I think includes a plate.
What's the Burgos pack have again? 10 feet of string, a bell, 5 candles, a crowbar, a hammer, some pittons, a lantern, some oil, some rations, water, skin.
Wait, if there's a lantern, does the lantern have what type of lantern is it, and does it have
Hooded lantern.
Okay.
So, don't know what to do about a mirror.
Diplomat's pouch, I don't think that does, but let me double check.
What do you need a mirror for?
So we can see down the hole.
I don't know if you're going to see anything down there.
Wherever the ball bearings are hitting.
Probably sand.
Why sand?
You had mentioned it felt like pushing on sand earlier.
That was when Katya was trying to tap the ball bearings.
So probably sand.
I think he was just using that to describe all the ball bearings compressing into it. Diplomat's pack does not. Writing kit will not.
Katya suggests, well, what if we polish this this pewter plate? Could we maybe?
Worth a try.
She gives it a spit shine.
Okay.
She hands it to Maze.
I will bravely go ahead and use my own hand to reach down a little bit. Does the plate fit in the hole at all?
Yes, the plate can fit in the hole.
Okay. Is it shiny enough that I can actually see anything with it?
Click cast light on the back half of the plate, or in the right position in the hole. It's not that you can see anything with clarity, but you do see vaguely reflected on the top of the plate some kind of structure that is in the hole. What you can't really see any details, but it kind of looks like that. That's all you can see.
Are you talking about this?
Yes. It's like it's real fuzzy, but you can kind of see that basic shape.
I don't know what that basic shape is supposed to be. Sorry.
Exactly.
Wait,
All
It's
right.
when
is
it's
a
when
shape.
it is when terrible artistry is actually more accurate.
So I'm picturing the hole to be round,
Hmm.
even at the
Or,
bottom.
for the bottle down it.
And then there is
I believe Maze has the bottle right now, right?
yeah.
Okay.
So do we shove bottles down there?
I'm thinking about trying to pour it out into there. Something like that.
So I'm not sure I understand your art.
I have no idea what it is either. I'm just
Let's draw it from a different angle. Let's see. Let's put some. It's like this is one of the holes, and then this is one of the holes, right?
okay.
Looking down that plate, looking at it from a top-down view, you see a shape like right like this. Looking at it from a different angle, because we have to be in 3D space here. It kind of looks like that.
Don't understand what it is.
So is that like a paddle lever? Maybe like a
Mm.
doorknob?
It does kind of remind you of a lever or a doorknob.
And is each one of the holes like that, or just that one?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Do you check the other holes?
Yeah. Well, except for the one that is so full of shit that we're gonna have to figure out how to get back out.
Yes, as you look through all the holes, you see that there are similar paddles corresponding to every hole.
So what we know about the little BB things,
They
or
might not have been strong enough to push through.
tall enough, or something. Maybe they got jammed in there. Maybe we do need to try and force them. I tell Katya to try and force it and then back up against the wall.
Push harder.
That's lock picking.
Who's got lock picking?
So this is some elaborate ass lock picking.
Yeah.
Is that what this is?
Is that what Meepo says?
Yes.
Katya says, I don't know. I've never picked a lock.
You're about to learn, son. I have no idea how this is supposed to work.
God, I hate to use my rapier for this, but
Fill it with water.
yeah, that's the next concept I was thinking was if we just start pouring liquids in them. Maybe because there's been other traps, or not traps, but puzzles that were solved by liquids.
The green is the ball bearings.
Okay. Can I use my rapier to try to point down into there enough to click or hit something?
Using your rapier with its flexible blade, it is a bit rough going, but you are able to get it all the way to to the paddle.
Okay. Can I push on it, or does it just?
Pushing on it, with the kind of curve that you're already submitting the rapier to, you don't think you could push on it hard enough without damaging your rapier. It's like you push on it a little bit and you feel like there's a bit of
A flex.
a little bit too much flex, because you know that your rapier can bend, but it's like there's also when you get past the Young's modulus.
Yeah. Do we have any So in the treasure room, there's just a bunch of coins, or was there anything else in there?
There was coins, there was jewelry. You guys were looking for the hoop, so uh, mostly you were distracted by the coins and jewelry.
Okay. Can we go back in there and search around for anything that might help us with this to activate the latches? I don't think that we'll find anything, but it's worth a shot at least.
Uh, can you describe what you would be looking for in here?
Something curved.
The coins are all circular, as coins tend to be. The jewelry, uh, you have your typical rings and your necklaces, but digging even more through the treasure hoard, can I get a investigation roll from Maze? Because the rest of the party already did this roll.
2. Oh, sorry, 10. I rolled a 2.
Yeah, there's just mounds of gold in here. Kind of makes it hard to find anything else.
Okay. The other thing that I was thinking was snapping the javelin or taking something that was only like 3 or 4 inches long and reaching down to the hole and trying to pressure it with that so somebody's hand does not get caught into a trap and they're stuck on the ground.
Yeah, you can try. You can try breaking the javelin to make it fit in that hole.
I will ask Sorbek to do that, or Sobek to do that. Sorry.
Sobek easily breaks the wooden shaft on the javelin.
Okay. So like several 3 or 4
Did
inch.
Cat agree to that?
Probably not.
Katya, she's like, I've got a bunch of them. It's fine. I should probably use them more. I don't have much in the other range options.
Yeah, we should probably look into doing that more often. So, anyways, I will try to reach down one hole with that to try to trigger the paddle and hope that my arm doesn't spontaneously come off.
Make a dex roll.
Oh, lordy. Not a save, just a roll.
Just a roll. And would you mind telling me which hole you picked?
Well, not the one with all the crap in it, so that just leaves 5. And then I'll give you a roll for that as well. Slash R1D5. And we will start with the one at the 6 o'clock being number 1, and then we'll just go clockwise. Oh, and then incorrectly. Oh, apparently the first one.
Okay. So as you lower yourself down to get the best grip that you can on the broken javelin shaft to push on this lever, you push, using the guidance from the pewter plate, and you feel it like connect solidly to the paddle, and you push on it, and you feel a click, and then there's a chunk. You try to pull out the javelin, but it is stuck tight.
Thank God we have fire. Okay. Let's try doing it with hole number 2.
Okay, how do you get the javelin out?
I'm just using a different section of it.
Okay. On number 2, roll another dex check for me.
22. I learned my lessons.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were waiting for it this time and guiding yourself and everything like that. You push on the lever, and it's a bit rougher than the last time, considering this is the other part of the shaft. You feel it click and you pull back real fast. There was a clunking sound, much like the first one, but the javelin is not stuck.
Okay. Looking into the hole after I've done this on number 2, what's it look like? And what's number 1 look like?
Looking at, well, it's a little harder to see number one because the javelin's still in there, but you can see that there is some kind of mechanism that is clamping down both on the empty space in number two where the javelin was, and in number one, it is clamping onto the javelin itself.
No, well, let me do the thing. Okay. So is it like swiveling like that? With this being like a hinge point?
Yeah, that's the hinge point. That's what you were trying to push. It's like you were able to rotate it in that direction.
Okay.
But as you pushed on it and felt it rotate under your pressure, the item got locked.
Now, hopefully that's a good thing. Let's go ahead and try it with number 3, and then 4 and 5, and then we'll have to clear out number 6, and I'll try it with that.
You try it with number 3, dex check.
Probably should have asked for guidance on some of these.
Go ahead. Well,
Eh.
you lose the other half of the javelin. Similarly, if you pushed on the lever, a device clamped down on it, and it got stuck.
Well, let's burn. Do I have a light way of doing fire?
What do
Does
you mean?
anybody have a cantrip for doing fire? Like firebolt?
Yeah.
I have sacred fire, but I think that's divine. Says click.
Oh, well, I'm just
Can't
trying to
use
burn
it.
the javelin shafts.
I have firebolt.
Actually, I kind of want to try something. Would you mind shooting a firebolt down number 4?
Okay. If that's what
I
you
don't
want
know
me
what's
to
going
do.
to happen. Everybody kind of stand away from the holes, and then as soon as you do your thing, pop back, because I don't know if it's going to shoot out the other side or something.
Okay, I will shoot a firebolt down hole number 4.
You guys have seen those videos of the bottles full of like alcoholic vapors that get lit?
Yeah.
And nothing changes after the firebolt goes down the hole.
Great.
Okay. Well, worth a try. Would you do it to number 1 real quick and number 3 just to burn the javelin shafts? Unless somebody else wants to reach down there and try to dislodge them.
Well, I
If
can.
you can't reach it, why would I?
Maybe Sobek? He might be able to pull one back out.
You can try.
Katya is pretty strong too.
Or Katya, yeah.
They should have length or strength.
Whoops. Sobek is going to reach in and try and pull out the javelin. He rolled a total of 15. He pulls on it. It seems quite stuck tight, this javelin piece.
Well, now I'm really glad that we didn't actually put our hands in there. So he is unable to get it out?
He is unable to get the javelin out.
Oh, shit.
So burn it.
Burn it.
I will firebolt down the other 2 holes.
And it takes a moment for the javelin to actually burn down, but checking it with a pewter plate, you don't see any kind of shadow left from the javelin after a few moments or minutes.
Did the switch go back to the position it was in, or was it just stuck?
It appears it's still in that clamping position that it had on the javelin.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and do. How How about number 4? Did the firebolt by chance?
The firebolt did not appear to trigger the lever.
Damn, I was really hoping that might work.
I mean, I can try an Eldritch Blast, which has a little more force than fire.
Force damage is not movement though,
Oh.
unless you've got repelling blast, maybe.
Oh. Well,
How heavy is a ball bearing compared to how?
Ball bearing is like a fraction of an ounce, I think, isn't
Yeah,
it?
probably. Yeah, I mean it depends on the size of the ball bearing. I'm
Yeah,
picturing
it
them, like,
depends on size.
but
Fucking hurt though. Then it
I'm
probably
picturing them being very small.
You've got
Uh,
like 1,000 ball bearings, right? How much?
yes.
What is the weight of a bag of ball bearings?
Depends on the size of the ball bearing.
Well, I'm just saying we're
Part
trying
of the burglar's pack.
right. Let's see,
It's only one part of the burglar's pack.
bag of ball.
Open
bearings.
source says 1,000 ball
47
bearings
pounds.
is 2 pounds.
It's 2 pounds. So 500 ball bearings is a pound.
It's 1 pound. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Can I tell about how much pressure I'm putting on these to trigger them?
about 10 pounds. It's like the hardest part is reaching it with the javelin to actually and placing it solid enough to where it turns.
How big is the bottle compared to the trap?
If you tried to, you could put the bottle in the hole, but you think it might be a little difficult to get out unless you were to put the top part of it facing out of the hole, because you wouldn't be able to get your fingers around it.
Blow it up
Okay,
in the
so
hole.
it would not be able to trigger the thing in the top.
No, it wouldn't be able to go around the bend.
Okay.
But we could empty it into there.
I mean, yeah, I guess we could try that. I was thinking something more, I don't know, like rolling a coin down there or doing something like that that might be heavy enough to trigger it on the fall in. Because I have a feeling that if we can't just set all these off individually and get whatever result we want, that the next thing that we're going to have to do is trigger it from opposite sides at the same time.
You can try.
Or there's an order, like like somebody mentioned lock picking earlier, and there's a specific order that these have to be done in.
well,
I
I
don't
still
know
say
what
we got to
kind
get
of impossible
Cat to
to
try
tell.
and push the one with all the ball bearings in it.
You guys just want me to dig that out for right now? Because I feel like I'm not going to be helpful here, says Katya.
Sure.
Yeah, that'd be fine. If you don't mind. Don't get your hands stuck in the trap.
She rolls her eyes and starts pulling ball bearings out.
Were there any other audible noises other than just the latch when I activated those?
When you there was the click of the lever turning, and then there was a clunk of the apparatus clamping down on the javelin.
What
with
about
the
number
exception-
2, since it didn't grab the javelin?
There was still the clunk of it attempting to grab the javelin, but it missed. It was like a hollow clunk.
Okay. And it did not reset afterwards, and it looks different still?
Looking at it, still 1 and 2 and 3 still have been activated.
Okay. Can we get? So I was thinking with the javelin, while I was asking him to break it earlier, if he'd be able to break it in like 3 and 4 inch sections, because I figured that the half javelin would not be able to fit down there. So how much of that javelin do we still have left?
I mean, to reach without getting your arm in there, it's like you have to, because
Oh, I figured my arm was going in the hole.
okay, well, We were thinking about it differently, I guess.
Okay.
My bad. So okay, let's draw it again to give ourselves a good amount of perspective. It's like this is the hole roughly, right? What I was picturing is like if you're saying a 3 or 4 inch piece, your arm's coming down to here, I guess.
Yeah.
Three fingered arm, and you're using the three to
The
four
stick
inch.
to push the rest of the way.
Okay. See, what I was picturing was you were doing it like this, where your arm comes down to here, and then you're using this length as a javelin.
Well, basically just whatever still I think would keep me safe from the diameter of the hole for the whatever that mechanism looks like, that I'd be able to reach in and hit it. So anyway about it, that's more or less what I was kind of thinking was just I
Okay.
was picturing it as being more curved to kind of banana shaped.
It is more banana shaped. It's just
Mm.
please forgive my artistic abilities.
That's
Banana
okay.
shaped.
Kind of like that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I really hope nobody comes and looks at this and is like, what the hell were you all drawing?
Good question.
140 subscribers.
Well,
Let's see. What was I thinking? Where were we? What were you gonna do, David? Uh, how much javelin do you have left?
Yeah.
We'll say that Katya has at least one more javelin. If you guys wanted to break that one up,
I want to break up all of her javelins. Does she have one more that she's willing to
she has
let
one
us
more
use?
she's willing to part with.
Okay, let's try breaking that one into smaller pieces
Uh huh.
while she's clearing out number 6,
Uh huh.
and at least 3 pieces, but hopefully more.
Okay.
And we'll go ahead and do number 4, then number 5, then number 6.
All right. Roll for number 4 for me.
Oh, I got paint on my screen. Huh. I'm getting worse at this.
The javelin gets stuck tight, but there are two sounds. There is the solid clunk of it gripping the javelin piece, but there's also a chunk of a release coming from hole number 1.
Ah, crap. Yep. Okay. So we have to trigger these at the same time.
Katya says what? She's pretty much gotten all the ball bearings out of the hole.
So, and this is just theory work, I'm not positive. But I think what we have to do is if we trigger number 4, we have to do number 1 at the same time. If we do number 2, we have to do number 5 at the same time. And the same for 3 and 6. So, if 2 people more dexterous than I would like to try this, we might be able to preserve some of our sanity.
we can try. Sure. Why not?
Katya says I'm not that dexterous.
I said, sure, I'll do it.
Well, who's gonna do it with you, Meepo?
Me and David.
Who's David?
Funny.
Hal-
Suddenly, a fourth wall breaks.
That was the secret to the dungeon the whole time. You had to discover the fourth wall.
Well, I mean, we have the
Dun,
mirror
dun,
room.
dun.
All right, Meepo. What do you all do? So
I will ask for
Maze lead.
inspiration or guidance. as
click,
well.
click says guidance.
All right, you ready, Meepo?
Sure.
We're gonna reach down in here, and you're going to tap on this part. And I'll explain the process to him, so he gets what's going on. I'll warn him you have to pull back really quickly as soon as you trigger it. That way, it doesn't catch the stick.
This could never go wrong.
Just don't get your hand stuck in it. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1 and 4.
Yep.
All right,
Guidance is plus D4.
Yep, D4. All right, roll dexes for me.
Just deck save.
Nope, just dex roll.
Okay, random dex roll a 10.
And I had an 11.
uh,
No modifiers.
I was actually going to ask if a sleight of hand might be a good one for this as well.
so it's for Meepo, it's a little bit harder because he has to reach a little bit further up to his shoulder versus most people going down to like the middle of their bicep. You're able to hold on to it, and you're able to grasp the lever as you turn both levers at the same time. There's 2 distinct clicks, but no thunk.
Are they able to pull the sticks out?
They're able to pull their whole arms and sticks out.
Okay. Can I use the future glass to see if it's clear through there?
Looking through it, you see that the lever is in the locked position and there is no clamping device.
Is that a good thing? I think that's a good thing. I'm really tempted to roll a ball bearing through it now. And the worst that happens is we have to do it again.
Katia rolls the ball bearing, and you can hear the sound connect from 4 to 1.
Is it like rolling freely in there all the way through now?
It still stops at the point where it was stopping before.
Ah, crap. Let's try 2 and 5 and see what happens.
All right, roll dexes again.
Unless anybody has a better idea, I'm going to ask for guidance again as well.
I'll
Guidance.
put guidance on Meepo.
Guidance.
What do I get from that?
D4.
Okay, so do we both have guidance or just one of us?
Yes, you both have guidance.
9.
15.
Wow.
Yep.
Meepo, your finger slips and the timing is just off.
Yep.
Shoot.
Shoot.
Maze. I was trying to remember what David's character's name was.
Yeah.
Maze, you're able to pull your arm and javelin piece out just in time, but Meepo, your arm gets clunked onto. You are stuck.
His arm did?
Yep, it was arm and stick. Because remember, he's a little bit shorter, so he has to reach a little bit farther.
Want me to burn it off?
Go right ahead.
No. We'll figure something out on this.
Well, technically, we could burn it and then we could heal him.
Do you have any?
That's not how regeneration
Aren't
works.
you out of spell slots?
Click says I am out of spell slots. Let's not do that, please.
Yeah.
That's okay. I still got some.
We may need it in a minute. Okay, let's not burn off Meepo's arm. Meepo, you try and tug yourself out of the hole. You are stuck tight, unless you want to give it a real go.
I mean, I'm not strong, so if you're by implying that you mean a strength check, probably won't end well for me.
Don't rip your hand off, but can you let go of the stick?
I'm pretty sure
It's your
Logan's
arm.
implying my arm is literally
Yeah.
grabbed.
It is your arm that is grabbed.
Yes.
Well,
This is my life now. Yes.
Is Meepo ticklish?
oh no.
What would that accomplish? What?
Oh man, I could make a
Could he
bad
even
joke here.
tickle a reptile?
I don't know.
There's
Step
no
bro.
hair. Like what?
I walk over
Yeah,
and grab
right.
the bag of holding from
I was thinking
Meepo.
that as well.
It's a bad joke. All right, what do you do with the bag of holding? You
I
take.
went back to Katia.
Yeah, Katia has the bag of holding now.
Oh, I thought Meepo still had it.
Katia.
Katya wanted to get her stuff out of the bag of holding because she's been the party pack mule and she kept most of her stuff directly in there.
Okay. Does he have anything else of value?
Anything
Uh,
of value?
He's
Are you
got
trying to rob me right now? Like, what?
Katya says, Levi, come on, let's be serious here. This would be a good opportunity to get my sword back, says Katya.
Nope.
You don't want it back.
She's reaching for it
I slap her
slowly.
hand.
Ah!
You don't want it back.
You gave it up willingly, kind of.
Katya says, no. I feel better now without it, but it's a good sword. She reaches for it again.
It's not worth it.
But I could really use it. It's like Meeple can't use it.
You have pigeons?
I do have pittance, says somebody. I know someone just said pittance tonight.
Yes, I have pittance.
How long are those?
6 inches maybe.
Yeah, that would have been perfect for what we were doing just now.
Yeah.
Huh.
They're for
Hey,
climbing walls.
And for poking things.
They're not curved around. I don't know if they'll even fit
Neither is the stick we're using.
there.
Let's see. Whenever Chris can hear us, I'll explain it to him.
I can hear you. Do you guys hear me?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
All right. So Chris, they are in this room, denoted at the bottom here. They have determined that these holes that they can reach their arms into have levers at the bottom. When you push on a lever, there is a click sound followed by some mechanical device collapsing, grabbing your arm. They have also determined that when, for example, 1 and 4 are triggered at the same time, there is no device that clamps your arm. Meepo's arm is currently stuck in hole number 2, as he and Maze tried to open it, but they were off on their timing. So now we are joking about, well, let's take Meepo's stuff while his arm's stuck.
Gotcha. So 1 and 4, if you hit them at the same time, no issue.
Yep. And then they tried that on 2 and 5, but the timing was off, so now Meepo's stuck.
Gotcha. Now, is Meepo ever able to let go of the lever even though his arm is stuck?
His arm is stuck, and he can technically let go of the lever, but he cannot remove himself for number 2.
I'm just wondering if, as long as he can let go, if we can try again.
Wait, did number 5 click in place correctly?
Number 5 clicked, but with your 15, you were able to withdraw your arm quick enough.
Okay.
Incident intent, when he rolled a 9, his timing was off.
So here's what I'm thinking, because 1 and 4 had reset before when I pressed 4 without pressing 1, correct?
Right. You triggered 1, and then when
Okay.
you triggered 4, number 1 reset.
I'm going to regret doing this, but I am going to try to trigger number 5 again to see if
Okay.
it will reset number 2.
All right, make a dex check, and Click has been giving Maze guidance, if that's okay, Chris.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Okay, make a dex check for me, Maze.
That does count as an ability check, right?
Yeah, it's D4.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and give myself inspiration, talking myself up.
I don't think, is that a special bard ability? Because I don't think the base bard can do that.
Bard features? No, it's just inspiring an ally. Never mind. I can inspire an ally within 60 feet, giving them a bonus 1d6 to one ability check, attack roll, or save. Charisma modifier times per day.
Katya says, if you're scared, Maze, I can do it, and I'll take that blessing too.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous on this one, not gonna lie. Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to roll a d12, a d6, and a d4.
What's a D12 for?
A d20, a d6,
Okay.
and a d4. Okay, Katya did very well with a 17, a 2, and a 3 for a 22. Katya is able to trigger number 5 and reset number 2, freeing Meepo.
Okay. Arm.
Currently, number 1 and number 4 are still in the activated position. Number 2 and number 5 are not.
Okay. So number 2, or sorry. Let's go ahead and try 5 and 2 again. And I have Charisma is 3. I used one earlier as well, so now I have 1 left for Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
Just so everybody's aware. Let's go ahead and try to do it again on 2 and 5.
All right.
I will guidance Meepo, and that'll allow Chris to guidance whoever's in the other hole.
Yep. I'll do
Unless you have a better dexterity than I do, I will do it.
Let me see.
I mean, I
My
do,
dex is
but
Sobek says, I'm pretty fast.
Would you like to try
I'll
it?
get stuck again.
I can try it. Okay. So Sobek is going to roll with his +2 and a d4. Rolled a total of 13. What did Meepo get?
Oh, I'm doing it too?
I thought you were.
If
Oh,
you don't
I
want to, I will. But
Yes.
just need to know.
21.
Okay. Number 5 and number 2 are triggered at the same time this time. And they hear the click sound but no clunk of an apparatus clamping down on arms. That means number 2, number 5 are now activated.
All right, guys, one more time.
And Meepo, this time you can roll the guidance, although you didn't need it last time.
That's a
Okay.
d4. All right. Sobek reaches in. He's waiting for Meepo.
10.
10 and 18 total. You guys trigger at the same time. 3 and 6 are activated. There is now a after the click sound, there is another sound of stone on stone as the holes begin to slide across the floor at a hidden seam, and they're opening up in the center. You see a hoop.
Yay!
All right. Fish it out of there and take it to the green box room.
All right, placing it upon the green box room. Maze knows this, but David does not. As you place it upon the pedestal, it clicks into place, and green runes light up around the pedestal and in lines heading in all of the directions lead out of the room with glowing green runes.
Well.
Now
Does it
we're
do
running
anything?
Oop, sorry, I almost fell. What'd you say?
I'm assuming that that's just like on the other times that we did this.
Just like all the other times.
Okay. And then when we remove the hoop, it stops doing it?
When you remove the hoop, the light is gone. Katya did this last time with a star. She placed it and removed it several times, trying to figure out how do I take this with me.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and go into the other room and put it in its slot and hopefully not be missing something.
So removing the hoop from the room, Going back to the center, you see that the hoop image is not illuminated in the center room. Katia says, I think we need to place the hoop in the receptacle.
Of course.
Yep.
Okay. Placing the hoop in the receptacle, you come back to the center room. All of the images are illuminated, and the rod in the center matches with the green light of everything else, except it is more intense. You think that Maze, based on your study of this culture of the Descendé Empire, that this might be a magic door that has now been opened, but you need to turn the knob.
Well, apparently we're down here because of me, so I will go ahead and try to turn the knob.
What do you mean, apparently? We're only here because of you.
Yeah.
Katia gives you a slight
You
nudge
have
in the
free
rib.
will as well.
Uh,
Katia gives him slight what?
Katia gives Levi a slight nudge in the ribs.
Ah.
A slight one, not intending to hurt, just Katia being Katia.
and Levi
Yay,
being
speak your
Levi.
own self.
So, as you turn the knob, Maze, the rest of this circular door turns and illuminates, much like all of the snake-headed doors that you've passed through in this giant twisting cube, opening up and sliding up a few feet before rotating on a hidden point, allowing you to descend one final set of stairs into a blue glowing room.
Before we go, we make sure that we have our door opening stone.
Yes, the Mythalar is with you.
Okay.
I'm blue. Abu di Abu die.
Do we go? Says Katya.
Also, we gotta go.
I don't have a better plan.
Okay. Are we sure we can't let me use the sword?
Yes.
Sure about that, not sure about the rest.
Yes.
Okay. I guess I'll just use this knife.
Does she have any other? Like, she has the javelins.
She has
Does she have a
javelins.
sword?
She has a great sword, but she wants to use a shield, so she's
Well,
stuck
sounds
with it.
like, suck it up and use a great sword.
But if I use a great sword, I won't get to use my shield, Meepo.
How do you
Yeah?
feel about using a rapier?
I could use it. I think I'm
will
proficient
offer
with
her
it.
my rapier.
I think paladins are proficient with rapiers.
Yeah, it's a martial weapon.
The
If it's a
dex,
mar-
but
if it's a finesse weapon, so here's the silly thing about finesse weapons: you can still use strength with them.
Yes, because you get to choose. You may use
kinda silly.
dexterity instead of having to use strength.
I feel like
Yeah.
it should be mandated. One or the other. But
So, you all descend this staircase. There is a short hallway with a blue glowing light. Are you all familiar with how light behaves beneath the surface of water? As the
Yeah.
water bends and twists, it like causes
A little shimmering.
what's the
shimmering.
name? There's a term for it.
Diffusion.
No. Mm-hmm. Try to look it up. Whatever.
Upon the short hallway, you all enter into a room that smells of age and dust. In front of you are rows and rows of bookshelves filled to the brim with all manner of tomes and scrolls, and where there's not space left for scrolls, it is filled up with dust And where there is not room for dust, there are little odd knickknacks.
They're called a caustic.
Okay.
Sorry. Go on, knickknacks.
The caustic light, if I'm sure if we're using the right word here.
Yeah.
Blue caustic light is emanating from a singular source in the center. You all have seen Mythalar before, but nothing of this size. This dwarfs any and all that you've seen before. Even the green one that you found within the Black Dragon, within the marshlands. This is the size of a full-grown man in height. A voice emanates from this shimmering orb. Who is there? And I think that's a good point for us to end the session.
It's the Megalar.
Can you do that voice again?
Who